Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered, what's the farthest thing humanity has ever sent out there? Tonight, as you get ready to rest, let's take a journey far beyond the moon, beyond the planets, to the very edge of our solar system and into the great unknown. Let's talk about Voyager. Right now, as you're listening to this, to spacecraft, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 are hurtling through the cosmos at incredible speeds. Launched way back in 1977, they've traveled farther and longer than any other object made by human hands. Voyager 1 is currently over 15 billion miles away from us. That's more than 24 billion kilometers. To put that into perspective, if you could send a text message to Voyager 1, it would take over 22 hours for the signal to get there, traveling at the speed of light, and another 22 hours for a reply. It's a distance so vast, our minds can barely grasp it. Both probes have long since passed the planets we know and love. They gave us our first close-up images of Jupiter's swirling storms, Saturn's magnificent rings, the ethereal blue of Uranus, and the windy, distant Neptune. They were our robotic eyes, showing us wonders we had only dreamed of. But their mission didn't end there. After their planetary tour was complete, they just kept going, on a trajectory that would eventually take them out of our solar system entirely. Into Voyager 1 officially crossed the heliopause, the boundary where the sun's solar wind is no longer strong enough to push back the wind from other stars. It entered interstellar space, the void between the stars. It is, quite literally, swimming in the cosmic ocean. Voyager 2 followed its sibling a few years later, in 2018, exiting the sun's protective bubble from a different direction. They are our silent emissaries in the interstellar medium. But what are they doing out there, all alone in the dark? Well, they're still working. Their instruments, powered by decaying plutonium, are still collecting data, measuring the strange environment of interstellar space, the particles, the magnetic fields, the cosmic rays that bombard them from distant, ancient supernovas. They are still talking to us, whispering back secrets from the darkness. Their signals are incredibly faint, weaker than a refrigerator light bulb. But our giant radio antennas here on Earth are still listening, straining to hear those precious bits of data. Think about that for a moment. These machines, designed and built with 1970s technology-less computing power than the phone in your pocket, are still operational, still exploring, almost half a century later, billions of miles away. It's a testament to the ingenuity and sheer will of the scientists and engineers who built them. They built something to last. They built something to outlast them. But there's something else they carry, something deeply poetic and profoundly human. Attached to the side of each Voyager spacecraft is a golden phonograph record. It's called the Golden Record. This isn't a record for playing music in the traditional sense. It's a message in a bottle, thrown into the cosmic ocean. It contains sounds and images selected to portray the diversity of life and culture on Earth. On this record, there are greetings in 55 different languages, from ancient Akkadian to modern Mandarin, all starting with a simple, friendly hello. There are sounds of our planet, the cry of a baby, the song of a whale, the rumbling of a volcano, the gentle patter of rain. It carries music from across the world, from Bach and Beethoven to Chuck Berry's Johnny B. Good and traditional music from Peru, China, and Senegal. There are also 116 images encoded onto the record, showing scenes of daily life, our scientific achievements, the beauty of nature, and the anatomy of human beings. This golden record is our introduction to the cosmos. It was created by a committee led by the great astronomer Carl Sagan. His team knew that the chances of it ever being found by an alien civilization were astronomically small. The space between stars is just too vast. But that wasn't the only point. Sagan said the record was also a message to ourselves. It represents who we are, what we value, and our hopes for the future. It's a symbol of a hopeful, unified species reaching out with a message of peace. It says, "This is our home. This was our time. This is what we were like." And so the Voyagers drift on. Their power sources are slowly fading. Sometime around 2025, or shortly thereafter, we will likely lose contact. One by one, their instruments will be turned off to conserve energy, until finally they go completely silent. The faint whisper we've been listening to for decades will cease. Their mission of sending back data will be over, but their journey will not be. They will continue to travel through the Milky Way galaxy for eons, silent, cold, adrift in the eternal night. They will circle the center of our galaxy, taking about 225 million years to complete one orbit, just like our own sun. They will outlast us. They will outlast our cities, our mountains, and maybe even the Earth itself. Long after our sun has become a red giant and then a white dwarf, these two tiny emissaries from a long-extinct species will still be sailing through the darkness, carrying their golden record. There's a strange comfort in that, isn't there? The idea that a piece of us, a piece of our world, our music, our love, our curiosity will continue to exist long after we are gone. It's a form of immortality. Voyager is our ghost ship, our eternal messenger, carrying the memory of humanity into the cosmic dawn. It's a physical manifestation of our species' most noble trait, our unquenchable curiosity, our desire to know what lies beyond the next hill, the next ocean, the next star. As you lie in bed tonight, think of Voyager. Picture it in your mind's eye. A small, metallic craft tumbling silently through an endless, star-dusted blackness. It's not sad, it's beautiful. It's a reminder of the scale of time and space, and our own small but significant place within it. We are a species that dreams, that builds, that reaches for the stars. And even if we only get to send a tiny probe, a whisper of our existence, out into that vastness, it is a profoundly hopeful act. That little spacecraft is a part of all of us. It carries the legacy of every person who ever looked up at the sky in wonder. It's a testament to the fact that even in the face of immense cold and seemingly empty darkness, the human spirit doesn't just endure, it explores. So as you drift off to sleep, let your mind drift with Voyager. Let it travel past the orbits of planets, through the interstellar winds, carrying its golden message of peace and hope. Let it remind you that our story is now written, in a small way, into the fabric of the galaxy itself. And it will continue its eternal drift, a silent, beautiful poem about a small blue world that once dared to look up and reach out. Sleep well and dream of the stars. Thank you for joining me on this journey tonight. If you enjoyed this little reflection, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more content that explores the wonders of our universe. Sweet dreams.